welcome back to 3 Ways to Build, the Minecraft series where we take a building idea or concept and try it out 3 different ways. We're now in 1.19. I am really excited about this one, you guys, because I've got a brand new building concept that I really cannot wait to show you guys. The builds for this one seriously turned out really well. So I do hope you stick around. It's going to be great. If you're not familiar with the series, we're going to be taking a Minecraft building concept and building it in 3 different ways: basic, insane, and balanced. The basic build is going to be something that's quick, easy, survival friendly, and frankly doesn't look very good, and is definitely not something I would build in a survival world, but it's a really good teaching tool to show you guys a really dumbed down, kind of like noob version of the build. That's of course when we take it in the complete opposite direction and make something that is totally just off the wall and insane and huge and really impractical for regular survival Minecraft. And last but not least, our balanced build is going to be a nice combination of the two, using a lot of nice building techniques and ideas that I really enjoy while keeping it survival friendly and, you know, not super crazy. And without further ado, here's our basic build. I always like cringe a little bit whenever I have to show off the basic build because I swear, like, I'm not a terrible builder, guys. I promise you. I'm making these to prove a point. But yeah, so here's our basic build. It's got a lot of really common like design elements to it. I'm talking like the logs on the corners, the regular straight triangular roof. We're using a lot of really common building materials like spruce, I broke a block, spruce and oak and like regular glass and torches and stuff. I mean, this one is not terrible. I've definitely shown off some much more basic builds in previous videos. But for this video, I really wanted to talk about interior decorations, because really that's what's the most important for like medieval taverns and stuff, right? You want to have like a nice, warm, cozy, inviting atmosphere, cool like rustic, old-fashioned vibes, and this build doesn't really have that. All this decor really gives off like 2012 Minecraft vibes, and you know, if you like that, that's valid, but this game has changed a lot since then, and interior design especially has become really crazy. So, you know, if you're still building in this style, I respect it, but in my opinion, if you really want to get the most out of your interiors, you kind of got to broaden your horizons a little bit. Alright, you've seen enough of this not very interesting basic build. What if we took this in the complete opposite direction? I've actually already put the build together, and I gotta say, is pretty fantastic. Unfortunately, as of the time of recording this video, replay mod is not out yet for 1.19, so I can't really do any fun time lapses or anything for you guys, but I do want to still do a little bit of a cinematic montage of this really cool build that I've put together. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, what did you think of the build and the montage? I really liked both. Just gonna take off the night vision and stuff real quick so I can see this a little bit better. But yeah, dude, like look at this build. It is freaking massive and I love it. It was definitely quite a bit of a grind to put together. So if you think this build turned out well, a like on the video would be really appreciated. Anyways, getting into the build itself, first of all, it's completely carried by these Vanilla Tweaks warm glow shaders. So once again, shout outs to those guys for that. But besides that, I wanted to incorporate some of like the new 1.19 blocks, right? So we got some mangrove wood, we got some mangrove trapdoors and stuff. We've got a whole bunch of mud in the ceiling. There's a few block palettes I want to highlight here that I did not know about before I started making this build that are actually really great. First of all, this is not new to 1.19 or anything, but jungle wood and brown mushrooms go really well together. I really like this stripy pattern, and of course you could do whatever pattern you want, but at least in this build, It actually works really well with the stripped jungle log as a tiny little bit of accent color. Underneath the tables here, you can see I've got a neat combination of the mud bricks, the packed mud, coarse dirt, and I believe there's some regular dirt in here too. So we got a 4-color combo. Of course, they're all like different shades of kind of earthy brown, so they blend together pretty well. But I think for like old weathered floor designs, especially ones where there's a lot of foot traffic, right? Like where people are sitting and standing and stuff, this could be a really good option. Another block combo that's definitely worth mentioning is this one I've used on the pillars, right? Where it goes from the stripped dark oak to the regular mangrove to stripped spruce all the way up into a little bit of brown mushroom at the top, so it blends in with the mud bricks. I think that's really great. And we got some more interesting stuff going on here with like the trapdoors and the signs, kind of making like a reinforced shelf around the edge of this elevated area. We're using campfires and interesting color combinations to provide a bit of like motion and light into places that would be pretty dark otherwise. And we even got like the levers under the sconces. Definitely not like a necessary addition in the slightest, but I thought it actually looked pretty neat to kind of have a little bit of support under the fences. So yeah, this build is really fantastic. And it's also really huge, which is, you know, part of the reason why it's fantastic. But I wouldn't expect anybody to be building this in regular vanilla survival Minecraft. And that's where our third and final build for today comes in. I want to take a lot of these same interior decoration and design ideas, the creativity, the dim lighting, the color combinations, and kind of, you know, shrink it all down and put it in a neat little package that's a lot more survival friendly and is something you could totally build on your own. So why don't we go check that out? This interior was genuinely an absolute joy to put together. The thing about me and interior design is that, like, I'm not always kind of feeling up for it, you know, because it definitely takes a lot of time and a lot of like creative energy, which, you know, I'm only human. I definitely don't always have. But when I can muster it up and put together something like this, and I know I've been like gushing over this build for like 2 minutes now, but seriously, I would legit just like stay here in real life. You know, I would totally spend a night here, you know, having a few drinks at the bar, relaxing by the campfire, doing a little reading, sitting down, having a bite to eat with the boys, you know, that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm going on a big tangent here. So the first thing you probably noticed, besides just how incredibly cozy it is the color combination. As is the case for a lot of rustic, medieval, like colonial era builds even, you know, there's a lot of wood and mud and stuff involved, and this is no exception. We got our new blocks here with the mud and the mud bricks. We got some of that mangrove wood going on. We are definitely keeping the same general color scheme, right? Lots of dim lighting, lots of warmth, but really just ramping up the detail. I know this looks like it was done with like a mod of some kind, and I didn't know this until I was making the build, but you can actually go into the NBT data, like in your chat command line, whatever, and actually summon invisible armor stands, which is really great for making builds. Of course, you'll need like creative mode commands and stuff, and your regular survival players probably won't have that. So forgive me for taking a little bit of a creative liberty here with regards to quote unquote making things survival friendly, but I just could not resist the idea of having these cute little tiny stools here, which is just a dyed leather cap on an invisible armor stand, which I put in with commands, pushed down into the ground with a piston, and then I put a flower pot here to prevent it from looking like they were floating. Everything is just a lot more compact, and I really like that. We've got our cozy little bar over here where you can serve drinks and stuff. We got a little shelf going on back here where you'd probably have like all the bottles and stuff and maybe some storage. And coming on back this way, we've got our roaring fireplace, got 2 more seats back here, and a tiny little alcove bookshelf for the patrons who want to do some reading. Over here, we've got a bit more of like a dining area with, you know, some tables up against the wall, dimly lit with the candles, of course. Up here on the stairs, we've got 2 little tiny living quarters, which are definitely have a lot more space than in my basic build, but you can see we got a little bed setup going on, got a desk, got a little bookshelf thing, and over in the other area, we've got pretty much the same thing, just kind of mirrored. Got a little window to our very boring outdoors. And of course, last but not least, in the hallway, we've got a little bit more light from the window. We've got a little bit more greenery from the plants and stuff. And yeah, it's just overall nice and shrunk down to be a lot more survival friendly. And I really, really appreciate that. Oh, and if you were wondering about what the exterior looked like, yeah, yup, that's an exterior, yup. This episode's about interior design. Don't worry about it, guys. This build is honestly becoming one of my favorite interior design builds I've ever created in Minecraft, and I really hope you enjoyed as well. Now, normally at this point in the video, we'd be doing a build tutorial, but as you can see, this balanced build is quite complicated and very, very intricate. And I want to give this really, really great interior the respect it deserves. So I'm thinking that I'm actually going to make our build tutorial in a totally separate video. So if you're interested in learning how to make this entire medieval inn in your own Minecraft world, from start to finish, then check out my follow-up video, which is going to be coming out roughly, like, I want to say 4 days after this one. This video is going up on a Sunday my time. That one will be out on the next Thursday. So yeah, definitely do go check that out. Anyways, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed looking at my 3 different renditions of the concept of a medieval inn or tavern. If you enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like down below, and if you are not subscribed, consider doing that too. Until next time, gamers, this has been Leon, and I will see you all in the next 3 ways to build video. Take care, my dudes.